Hello. Welcome back to the FlurrySports Podcast, and welcome to my TED Talk. For those listening, head to YouTube. I'll make sure to get this video up right away. Jake's learning along with you. We're going to be learning today. Jake has no idea what's going on, but it'd be rude to say that this podcast also doesn't, as always, or like always, feature Jake Osmond. How are you doing, Jake?
I'm doing great. I need to know when the last time you wore that tie was.
I mean, I was going to be a history teacher, Jake, so.
I know you were. I was like, did we dust that out from the teacher collection?
Yeah, sure did. There's a constitution on it somewhere. We the people, at the very bottom, right there. Otherwise, we are here. I just needed something strong to wear because I have a very strong topic. And Jake, we always have questions that we ask on the show and questions that we seemingly will never get answers to because it's like, what will Vince McMahon do? Nobody knows. What will the NFL do? They avoid the question. But today, Jake, I had a question, and it's a question everybody's asked. Does Miller High Life taste better when it was purchased from a gas station? Now, you probably assume, yes, of course it tastes better when it comes from a gas station. What are we doing? What are we talking about? But Jake, yeah, we assume a lot of things. I mean, right? Like we've assumed a ton of things, and when we assume, it makes an ass out of you and me. We assumed Tom Brady would come back and at least win a playoff game. Did he do that? No. We assumed the DeMar Hamlin situation broke the curse, not that he was part of the curse. We know, we assumed a lot of things, and we assume Miller High Life is, of course, better from a gas station. But today, we will put that to the test, Jake, because I have here.
No, you didn't. You got to drink. It's incredible.
This one, of course, we could see it. This is from the finest Quick Trip. But this one is from Festival Foods. Both conveniently located near me and purchased less than 10 minutes ago out of their coolers, still cold. Festival Foods one, I almost grabbed a lukewarm one, but I realized I was cutting down on time. We needed the cold one. I would do anything for a cold one. And now we got it here. So Jake, we got the hypothesis out there. Now we need to know, like, what are the questions we need to figure out? What are the answers you have? And what's your assumptions? What do you assume is going to take place in this experiment here?
I assume they're going to be equal.
That's very, very accepting of you. Because I think most cats, you do have a master's, though. Let's get that out of the way.
That's right, baby. College student development. I think that covers beer.
K-State, it always covers beer. That's their slogan. Ask Skylar Thompson. But most people would assume the gas station one is better, probably because it's only been purchased at a gas station, at least in my experiences. So here we go. Here we go. First one, Quick Trip.
Great pop.
Great pop. I'd get a great pop if there was a crowd here too. They would be on their feet. They would be posting all sort of signs that I would go and rip up. Classic wrestler move. Maybe a little tease for the end of the show. People watching on YouTube, there's an end of the show. Go look it up. But first, a Quick Trip Miller High Life. The champagne of beers. Classic taste. The one that you come home to, you smell it on your father's breath. Yes. Why did you get home so early?
Yeah.
This is the one. This is the one. Crisp, reliable. But Jake, Festival Foods one.
I think this might be better.
You think so? It might be better. I mean, it's classier. It lives up to the champagne of beer's name for sure. It was
more vintage.
I didn't have to dust it off when I grabbed it. I think it was cheaper, which is surprising.
It has to taste better.
Well, let's find out. Ooh.
I think the first pop was better.
The first pop was better, and this is only something I can experience. That one felt better.
Oh, really? Okay.
It had a very, very tight seal, and it just felt right. It was all one motion. There's no hiccups in the process. It was very good. But the only thing that matters is the taste. So let's find out. Now, there's a distinct difference, Jake.
Really? Okay.
There is a distinct difference. Let me just test it really quick. This is the best opening we've ever had to a show.
I agree.
Wow. Okay. Wait. Very different. Festival foods, sweeter. A little bit more of a mouth feel on it. You know what I mean? Back to the tongue. I would say there is more bite to the Quick Trip one, more of a Hams-like bite that I think you would be familiar with, Jake.
I love a Hams-like bite. Water with a bite. Hams.
True. This water's so spicy. Man, that's a Hams that you're drinking out of. Very different. I would say waterier from the Festival Foods one. However, Jake, the first one's pretty sweet too. Now that I let savor on my tongue a little, they are more similar than they are apart. I would say that this one, the Quick Trip one, of course, this would be like a franchise quarterback. I'd franchise tag this beer right here. I won't let this beer get away. I will celebrate it, feature it across everything. This one, though, well, Mr. Irrelevant like. I do think this one also has plenty of flaws, but the same flaws that the franchise one has, but also can get the job done in a similar way.
Did I just figure out where this fucking bit's going? Okay, hold on, carry on.
No, so far, Jake, drinking both in a blind test. This one is a Dak Prescott like beer. I could definitely get the job done in this one. Well, Mr. Irrelevant, maybe less celebrated, maybe you forget about him. A Brock Purdy can do the same exact things. However, we also have a little bit of a mind twist in that comparison, don't we? Now, today, of course, Monday we are recording this. One is celebrated with money, the other is Mr. Irrelevant, but one is the worst quarterback of all time. And then there's Brock Purdy somehow today, Jake, could win MVP as soon as this year.
Wow.
In conclusion, I do think there are differences, but more similarities, I would say, from both of these beers, and both are just as good, even though one in our heart, we know, we believe, we want to believe maybe can be the one that we always get and maybe go out of our way to get. But the festival food one also does just as good. What do you think, Jake?
I do think
sucks, but so does Brock Purdy.
But one costs less.
One does cost less, but let's just not forget that while we overreact. Let's overreact the other way as well.
Ooh, yeah, I'm with that, Zach. Just because one is more surprisingly good does not mean it's better.
One at the beginning of the year had MVP aspirations. The other one, everyone said shouldn't make a team. A few months later, one is not deserving of anything, and the other surprised us so much that not only do we think he's pretty good, we think he's the future for the next 2 decades. And we need to remember, Kirk Cousins is better than both of these beers today. And Kirk Cousins is not very good.
Correct. Okay. You saved it there.
I'm not saying Kirk Cousins is good, but I'm also saying Brock Purdy sucks. Let's not forget that. Because I think in a couple of years, he's going to get a big offer that the 49ers will not match. He will go to the Minnesota Vikings for fully guaranteed money.
Yes.
And we're going to be like, dude, this guy is terrible. And let's just not forget, terrible the whole time. Matt Ryan, always been bad. It's not a surprise this year. Kyle Shanahan got him that Super Bowl appearance. Congratulations to you. Got him that MVP. it's Shanahan. I don't know. Maybe it's George Kittle diving and making a one-handed catch. I don't know. Maybe Brock Purdy put it exactly where it needed to be.
Maybe it's the MVP running back you knowingly traded for.
Maybe. Could be that. And an all-pro offensive line in front. And
Brock Purdy is the Miller High Life of quarterbacks, by the way.
Yep. Sure is. And Dak Prescott, not far off.
Zach, applause.
Thank you. And that's what this show is about today. This top button, though, let's get comfortable, ladies and gentlemen, because the rest of the show is about to go, and so is my voice if I keep strangling myself with this button. Okay. How are you doing?
I do kind of wish you were a history teacher just so that every class you could say, let's get comfortable.
I would.
It lasts 5 minutes every class, and then you're like, all right.
Enough of that old depressing stuff. Let's rap for a second.
It's me, the new cool teacher, Mr. Z.
You can tell by the Miller High Life I'm drinking.
How cool I am. Yeah.